this little kind of tribe, that we've created, this Olio world.
Well, I can understand that and relate. I can relate with it also because that's more or less the situation with my partner John Bon Jovial and myself. We'd been in radio for a number of years, worked together for a while in Tampa, Florida, and a few years ago we got together and decided, radio just isn't what it should be. Let's do our own show the way we want to do it. And that's why you're sitting here talking with us today. And speaking of John Bon Jovial, I know he just wants to jump right in here. So go ahead, John. Go for it.
I've been wanting to ask a question, Arif, but I've also been enjoying listening to everything that you have to say, and because it's interesting and it's informative. But what I want to ask you is, when you guys collaborate on putting together your music, how do you choreograph that collaboration? So I guess what I'm saying is that how do you prevent one person from stepping on another person's toes and knowing that all three of you are going to have the same equal amount of input?
Okay, great question. And I'm going to answer that question beautifully, I promise. I just want to get through one important thing, just kind of in our history, to finish up where we're at currently. So we were plugging along, and everything's going great. And this year, in April, our drummer, DeHaven, ended up tragically having a heart attack, and he passed away.
Oh, gosh.
And so it was just, talk about a life change, and talk about, well, we've never talked about what happens if one of us passes away suddenly. What do we do? And I was stuck in that position. Kelly and I were stuck in that position in April. And so after we kind of picked up the pieces and we talked to DeHaven's wife about it, and she said, he would definitely want you to keep going. Well, now is the crazy task of, who are we going to find? Because chemistry is everything. There's a lot of great drummers, but I don't want a great drummer. I want chemistry. Someone that can play. It's the right fit, great fit. So crazy enough, so we do have a new drummer that's joined. His name's Barry Chenault. And Barry and DeHaven were friends before I even knew D. We called him D. So D and Barry were friends years before. And D looked up to Barry. Barry's a great guy, a phenomenal drummer. He played with George Clinton and the P-Funk All-Stars. He played with them for 2 years. He toured with them all over the place. Then he was in the Gap Band for 2 years, toured with them. Then he was Donna Summer's percussionist before she passed away. He was in that last band that she had before she passed away. And he's done a number of things. He's played, Lollapalooza. He was on the Grammys with the Chili Peppers. The Chili Peppers, this was back in '93. They had George Clinton's whole band play with them on the Grammys. So it was like this big jam band. So you've got Barry on drums and Chad Smith from the Chili Peppers on drums. So you had two drum sets side by side, and Flea on bass from the Chili Peppers, and a couple other bass players from Parliament, and 6 guitar players, and it was just crazy,
Amazing.
And that was on the Grammys. Yeah. So
that is really amazing.
So we were trying to figure out, who are we going to get to fill these shoes? So I'm scrolling through Facebook, and I'm already Facebook friends with Barry, but I don't really know him that well. I just know that he and Dee were, friends, and Dee really looked up to him. So Barry had posted a video of himself doing a live stream. He had a gig in Vegas with a band, and he was doing a live stream, and it was just like a drum cam, like showing, him playing drums. You can hear the music, but you're really watching him play. Wow, he's so good, and his pocket is so great. His groove is just awesome. I sent the video to Kelly. I said, you got to look at this guy. This guy is amazing. So he's listening to him, looking at him, reach out to him. So we did, and here we are. He was just like, wow, that's Dee's chair, and I'm completely humbled and honored that you're asking me. And I said, look, I don't know where you're at in your life. being in a three-piece original band, you even want to do something like that, because he does a lot of corporate gigs, and he's a sideman on a lot of different things. He's traveling all over the place, and he's like, all that stuff's great, but what you're talking about, that's the dream. To be in a power trio and to create music and contribute songs, that's what I want to do. So let's get together in a room and let's see how it feels. So
it sounds like it was feeling,
and it was
feeling
Dee had
good.
Orchestrated it. Yeah, it was like Dee had orchestrated it from the other side and said, "Yeah, Barry's your guy." So we just had our 5th show with Barry on Saturday night, and it was a packed house, about 500 people, and it was awesome. It was so great.
That is great. I'm going to have to cut you off here because we're running out of time, but I want to say one thing before I let you go.
Sorry about that.
Before I let you go, I want to say one thing. We definitely want to have you come back and tell us a little more about the band, because you've got an amazing history, and I really wish we had another half hour to talk to you about it, but we're just about out of time, and I want to thank you for coming here. You're now part of our family, so keep in touch with us. We want to follow you, know what's going on, keep track of where you're going, what you're doing, if you would, please.
Yeah, so oliomusic.com, and if you want to get free music from us, go to oliosongs.com. Sign up there. We also do a live stream every Tuesday on Facebook. We have a Facebook group called Inside the OMG. The OMG stands for Olio Music Group. And we live stream every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We play live acoustically. We share stories. We share videos from shows and photos, and special guests come on the show. And episode 33 is tomorrow night. So we've been doing it every Tuesday since March 5th.
Fantastic.
Yep.
We'll definitely look forward to that. Arif, I want to thank you again for being here, and we're going to jump on the season just a little bit with another tune from Olio, this one called New Year's Eve.
Oh, we about to have a good time tonight?
All dressed up and on the go, beautiful night, we're in the flow, looking good, Hollywood and Vine.
So fine.
Forget tomorrow, now's the time. Disco party, Twilight Zone.
Disco party, Twilight Zone.
It's a throwback, we can go. David Bowie, super freak, looking, feeling sexy chic. It's a night of make-believe.
Dance like New Year's Eve.
I can feel it, ain't gonna stop.
New Year's Eve.
I'm not waiting for the ball to drop.
New Year's Eve.
Gonna party like it's 99.
New Year's Eve.
In the middle of a good time.
Come on. It's a night of make-believe.
Flashing back, let's take a trip. We rocked it on the Sunset Strip. With my crew we got around. Back in the day we all got down. Disco party, Twilight Zone.
Disco party, Twilight Zone.
It's a throwback, we can go. David Bowie, super freak, looking, feeling sexy chic. It's a night of make-believe.
Dance like New Year's Eve.
I can feel it, ain't gonna stop.
New Year's Eve.
I'm not waiting for the ball to drop.
New Year's Eve.
Gonna party like it's 99.
New Year's Eve.
In the middle of a
Everybody
good
get up,
time.
get down. It's been too long since we've been gone. We grew up and moved on, but we got tonight, and it's alright. We can dance till the morning light.
Disco party, Twilight Zone.
Disco party, Twilight Zone.
It's a throwback, we can go. David Bowie, super free.
Looking, feeling sexy chic.
It's a night of make-believe.
It's been too long since we've been gone. We grew up and moved on, but we got tonight, and it's alright. We can dance till the morning light. New Year's Eve.
Wow. Good sounds. Good sounds. Glad to have him on the show
Great
with
song,
us.
yeah.
And we're almost out of time, so we just want to take a second to thank both of our guests here, Lazie J from Bangalore, India, and also from Los Angeles, Olio, who you just heard from Arif. We look forward to having them both back in the very near future. John Bon Jovial, take us home.
You got it, baby. Hey, the David Bowers Awards. You did it again. You spent another perfectly good hour with us, and we are so grateful that you did. The David Bowers Awards, well, it's broadcast around the world from the studios of Computer Help USA in Naples, Florida, and, of course, from the Valley of the Sun in Tempe, Arizona, and we are available for free on Blog Talk Radio. You'll also find us on the Anchor FM app for the iOS and Android telephone platforms, and also on Apple Podcasts. You'll find us on YouTube, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Amazon Alexa devices, as well as SoundCloud, Mixcloud, and now you can also find us on TuneIn Radio and also the Podcoin app, and that's the app that actually pays you to listen to podcasts like this one, the David Bowers Awards. Click the follow link on our Blog Talk Radio page and be sure to like The David Bowers on Facebook as well as Twitter. Join us next week if you would. We'd be really glad if you do for the David Bowers Awards, Saturdays at 12 p.m. Eastern on WRFZ-FM. That's 106.3 on your radio dial in Rochester, New York, Rochester Free Radio, and on Blog Talk Radio, Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, and 6 p.m. UTC for more great indie music and talk with the artists that make it happen. So until next week, for the David Bowers and Nick, our marvelously happy, geeky engineer, I am yours truly, the legendary John Bon Jovial, saying love each other. Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you next week right here on the David Bowers Awards.